Another question is regarding brands. Do you think that some people say that the journalist will be a brand and not the company?
Yeah. Well, it'll be both. You'll have companies that are brands, but also journalists that are brands. It's happened already. Nick Kristof is a brand. Christian Amanpour is a brand. Fareed Zakaria is a brand. Thomas Friedman is a brand. And these are all brands. And I think in a world of a great amount of material and information coming from everywhere, the more you are able to stand out, the better it is. And that is, building a brand is part of it. And when people respond to you, are they responding to you because of where you work or how you work and what you do? And I think that's very important. A lot of people, like when you wrote to me to ask for the interview, it wasn't because of O Globo necessarily. I mean, it's great that you work for O Globo, but you're a journalist and you're your own brand. And that's important to keep in mind. A lot of people think that it's only the organization, but I think it's more than that.
And anyway, the work is going to be multimedia wherever you work. In a newspaper,
it will be.
Website.
They will all be multimedia. When the Washington Post won a TV Emmy Prize, it's called Emmys, then it tells you that the world has changed, right? And that's what's happening now. And that those silos people still want the different formats. And within the formats, though, you're going to have elements of other formats. You're going to have some TV, some print, some video, audio, all of that mixed together.
And the journalism will be much more interactive, don't you think so?
Oh, sure. People want to manipulate the information. Everybody knows this, that we used to have what we call the lean back media, where you lean back and read the paper like this. Now you lean forward, and then I want to take action. If I read about the children dying in Chile, I want to email my family, and then I want to send money to those kids in Chile. I want to do something. I don't want to just sit back. And that's what's also changing, and that'll continue to, especially as the phone gets smarter. We're still in version 1.5 of the iPhone. Imagine version 10 of the iPhone, or version 10 of the BlackBerry.
We also learned the importance of Twitter, for example, during the
that's what I said,
manifestations, the demonstrations in Iran, for example.
Or the plane in the Hudson.
The plane in the Hudson. So Twitter is also changing the landscape.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And something else may come, but for now, the idea of microblogging, which is what is Twitter, or Orkut, or just saying to people what you're doing, having a conversation, participating, is a big deal, and will continue to be a big deal.
But some companies have some rules regarding their journalism.
They should, because nobody understands. It's like 1912, when the first phones came around. What happened? Journalists didn't know what to do, how to use it, and there were people who would have been very upset that you used a phone to do an interview. Well, today we know how to use phones, right? Wall Street Journal, everybody's on the phone. I mean, you go out, you meet people, but 90% of your interviews are done on the phone. And even, in fact, this interview could have been done on the phone. You didn't need to go there. So we establish criteria, conventions, standards. We will understand. Human society and culture will adapt to the technology and build it into what we do.
So you think that companies will change those rules for their journalists?
They will continue to. They'll continue to. But journalists need a lot of attention and direction as they're doing this. But again, because it is 1950 in television, we have a lot of opportunities to make mistakes and a lot of opportunities to learn new things. And that's why I'm very optimistic.
Do you think that journalism will mix with entertainment, for example, video games and
it's already happening. I mean,
already happening?
Oh, so many websites have, when they take a news event and then you create little games for people to play and engage. This is what we call engagement. You do that. Or the Taiwanese company that recreates news events. So you could see, based on reports, they'll make video game characters like the Tiger Woods with his wife and you can see that. So people are doing that. It's going to continue to increase.
But do you think that companies should engage in this kind
well,
of
I don't know
project?
the games. I mean, some things. I mean, game sounds bad, but game can also be, tell me about the national budget. Move around the pieces. Do you want to reduce the defense budget and increase that? That's a game. But it's not, it's not a traditional, shooting video game, but that's also a game. And so games are going to be part of, news games there are places that teach it very seriously.
And do you think that, for example, music and movies, should they mix inside the cultural sections of those?
Well, I don't know. I mean, those are, these are specific questions about specific cultures of specific countries, right? It depends on what it is. But this is all blending together anyway. And when a newspaper launches, does a section about the Oscars, are they doing it because Oscars need to be covered, they need a full section, or because they have advertising from those movies about the Oscars? So the lines are getting blurred, and that's why we need to we need professionally trained people so that we can deal with this issue.
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow.